Hello and welcome. I'm Mercy, the Game Master, here the Monsters, and we're back with another Working Wednesday stream. It is Wednesday, the 29th of January, 2025. What the heck? There's a whole month gone already. How did this happen? I started to say that out loud and then literally realized, like, whoa, almost February. Let's see, what do we have? We uploaded session 32, I believe it was, of Kingdom last week. Chronicles session 7 went up early this week, and session 33 of Kingdom should be up by Thursday or Friday this week, is my hope. We do have Kingdom again this upcoming weekend, so we've had quite a few sessions and a pretty short clip right here. Kingdom is playing on Twitch live on Saturday, the 1st of February. Pre-show starts between 3 and 3:30.
YouTube
and,
stream is now live.
Half an hour after that. Thank you, Lumia Stream. Let's see, other news. We do have some D&D content that we've been posting over on Blue Sky that you may or may not have seen before. We're showing off some of our custom, or not custom, I guess, but unique dice and whatnot. So I'll throw the link to that in the chat in case anybody is curious to catch up with us. But we are here to be monsters on Blue Sky as well. And update on the Fort Leona build. So we had a build stream on Twitch last night, and we had 3 stronghold components left that needed to be built before the terraforming, and we got 2 of those done, and then went back and made some edits to a previous build as well. So 1 more stronghold component, which is the kitchen, left to finish, and then we need to terraform and assemble the whole thing. So I'm really, really excited to see that come together because that's all completely 100% custom builds, whereas Capstone, we did a lot of it custom, but some of it is Tales Tavern content used with permission. So I think that is it for news. No, one other thing. I mentioned last week during the Working Wednesday stream that we are going to be starting to experiment with about every other week having 2 of these working streams on YouTube instead of 1 per week. So we'll do Wednesday and Thursday about every other week. That's not this week, so no working stream tomorrow, but I am planning to do it next week. So Wednesday the 5th and Thursday the 6th of February should both have D&D working streams. So I guess lots of news today, but I'm up to date now, so let's get going on what we need to do. Oh yeah, format of the show. I guess I should have had that in there earlier as well. If you're not familiar with the shows, the goal is to work for about an hour with a soft cap at an hour and a half, and to try and stay relatively focused on the things that we set out to get done for our D&D campaign setting. So for today, we have to figure out wizard spells, which I'll explain in more detail in a little bit. We need to specify exactly where it is that Fort Leona is going to be, and then one little thing, and maybe I'll start with the little thing, is I realized I have a cheat sheet for all the character stats, and apparently I did not include their vision types on there, which I have no idea why. I have their spot and their listen and a whole bunch of other useful stats, but I don't have their vision on there. So we're going to add vision to that sheet, and then hopefully all of that we get done within the first 30 to 40 minutes, and then we've got some time to fiddle around with the miniatures that Rocket started for his butlers. So that is the to-do list for the day. So yeah, let's do vision first. See if we can fit this on here. Although that's the wrong party. Although I guess that party also needs this to be fixed. Character info, kingdom, character stats. Okay. So here's another question: is what do we cut out potentially? Because I want it to fit on 1 sheet. We need to add 2 rows. We just shrink the height of every row a little bit. Currently 24 pixels. What if we do 23? I think that might actually be all it took. In fact, that's probably even... Oh. But there's 3 rows, actually. Insert 1 row above. Insert 1 row above. Insert 1 row above. Okay. Then scroll up. Highlight all these. Resize the rows. 23. Hello, Anololo. How are you doing? This we want to change to say vision. Oh, even vision barely fits there. That's fine. You got work. It's so stupidly slow that you're cutting back, basically. Everyone. Ooh. I wonder why. It's not like a random holiday or something, right? I guess maybe end of the month, people just pinching pennies until the 1st. Crap, hold on. Okay, sorry about that. I spilled cola on my relatively new sweatpants. So I went to clean that up, and then while I was doing that, I discovered that the cats were out of food. So Babu was literally licking the bottom of the dish. It's 6:30 and you're cutting people that are off at 11. Woof. Snowstorm and kids got out early. There was an accident on the highway near here, so no supper rush. Ah, dang it. All right, vision type. Now we've got to do a little bit of digging to find all the characters' vision capacities. Character info. Actually, do I have these in here? Character sheets. There we go. Rubato, level 3 is blank. Interesting. Oh, Bahir level 3 is also showing as blank. What is going on? That's very weird. Okay. Well, I guess we'll start with the ones that I have that are scans, because some people did physical sheets and then scanned them, and then we'll try to figure out what the heck is going on with the others. Of course, different people have written this down in different places on their character sheets. I know where I always write it, but it looks like Skabosh does not have hers written down. Nor did she write down her race, although I'm pretty sure I know what that is. Oh, it's a mess. I'm in shambles. Or her alignment, or her deity. No wonder she didn't know what her deity was. What a goober. Okay. The player's handbook. All right, and that's what I thought. That race has that type of night vision. Hello, Stardust. I'm doing pretty well. Thank you for asking. How are you? That's one down, although way more complicated than I expected. Well, Alan human, so we already know his night vision's ass. I should write that. We had a whole box of Kraft macaroni and cheese, although not as impressive as it used to be. Yeah. Rocket's also human, but he could potentially have something special. Let's go with Druge next. Oh, spicy. Okay. Druge's vision's even better than I thought. I don't want to spoil things. Maybe I should look up. Maybe I should put the definitions of these things, because I don't know about you, but I don't remember exactly what normal vision is. Let's do a quick dive here. Vision and Light 164. Makes me think of Industrial Light and Magic. Oh, and overland movements here as well. That's handy. We're going to need that for our next thing of exactly where is it that Leona is located. Literally the same page. All right. I'm having a little tweak here. I'm having some muscle spasms in my right eyelid. So I'm going to put in some eye drops and try and follow the 20-20-20 rule here. I'll be back in just a sec. This has been a much more discombobulated than these streams normally are. I apologize. Which is funny because you'd think that would have been last week when I barely slept. All right. Characters need a way to see in the dark, dangerous places where they often find adventures. Dwarves and half-orcs have dark vision, but everyone else needs light to see by. Typically, adventurers bring along torches or lanterns, and spellcasters have blah, 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 blah. Okay. In an area of shadowy illumination, a character can see dimly, whatever that means exactly. Creatures within this area have concealment relative to that character. Holy crap. I forgot about that entirely. So it's not just that like you have trouble, like you don't see as far, but you literally, people have concealment against you. Oh. In areas of darkness, creatures without dark vision are effectively blinded. In addition to the obvious effects, a blinded creature has a 50% miss chance in combat. All opponents have total concealment. They lose dexterity bonus to AC. Makes sense. Take a -2 penalty to AC. Move at half speed. And take a -4 penalty on strength checks and most strength and dexterity-based skill checks. Holy heck. It's actually so much worse than I thought it was. Characters with low light vision, elves, gnomes, and half-elves can see objects twice as far away as the radii given above. Double the effective radius of bright light and shadowy illumination for such characters. For example, a torch provides bright illumination to a radii. Okay. Right, so that's why we don't normally write this out, because it depends on what the light source is. Like a candle provides no bright light and 5 feet of shadowy illumination. An ever-burning torch provides 20 feet of bright light and 40 feet of shadowy illumination. Common lamp is 15 and 30, etc., etc. Okay. Man, that concealment thing. I don't know that that's ever necessary, that missing that has ever necessarily like changed a fight, but it's obviously so hard to think of that type of thing after the fact. Okay, so what is going on with Rubato's character sheet? And Bahir's. Why did they both say blank? Velcro just failed on your head. Oh no! I was a little worried, I'm not gonna lie, when you said that you were Velcroing that. So weird. Like all PDFs uploaded into Google Drive are showing as blank to me. At least character sheets. Hold on, now I gotta go and look at some other things. Where else do I have PDFs? Oh, that's working. What's happening? This is so strange. Well, I guess I'll go to my local saves for now. Here, level 3. I'll try uploading this again. That's so weird. What in the world? Oh my gosh, she has so much stuff written down. So those are spells, not those. He is not up. Oh, never mind. He probably has updated on his copy. Special abilities. Okay. I don't see anything special written down for Here's Vision. He has a small penalty, but is that heat and adhesive don't mix? Yeah. That makes sense. Then his pop cracking. There must be something interesting, because I just re-uploaded it and it's doing the same thing. So they must have changed it so the PDF viewer in Google Docs no longer recognizes like notes, like comments made with Adobe. That's really unfortunate. What can I do here? What if I just convert this to a new PDF? Try this. Here, level 3, version 2. Could not be found. I'm not trying to find it. I'm trying to save it. What? Wait, what? Oh god, what is happening? Maybe I have to change it to from PDF to images, which is kind of hilarious when you think about the history of PDF and why it exists. Hold on, let's I have another thought. What if I print to PDF? So then I don't think it'll save those as notes. Try this. I did not expect this to take anywhere near this long. Here, level 3, version 2. Save it. Oh, I think that might have been exactly what we wanted. Try uploading that to Google Drive and see if that fixed the silliness. Apparently that didn't save where I thought it did. What? Print. Adobe PDF. Print. PBM. D&D. File has been created. There. So much weird stuff happening. What is all this? Just didn't make the file the first time. Now when I upload this to Google Drive. Okay. Interesting. Definitely not a problem that I was expecting to have to solve. Normal. So we just need to double check for Mr. Rubato, but I don't know that I have access to... He never sent me his character sheets in the same way that everybody else did. He always just uploaded them to his own drive and saved them there. I don't think... File information, file location. Yeah, all of his sheets now show blank. Why, Google? Why did you do this? Oh, snap. Did I just do... No, never mind. I did do by here. Okay. Apparently, I lied. I lied. It was on accident, but I lied. Apparently, he did also send it to me. Hopefully, this is up to date. Print. Adobe PDF. Save it here. Auto level 3 V2. Okay. Definitely not a problem I thought I was going to be having to solve today. All right, so Rubato is a... Which means that his dark vision, or his vision in dark spaces is... And... No, don't save those changes because we didn't actually make any changes. I always get nervous when stuff asks you that. Okay. Wow. I definitely thought that was going to be like a 2-minute job. It was instead almost a 30-minute job. Admittedly, there was an interruption of like 2 minutes, but still, that took like 20 minutes instead of 2. Okay, well, that's done now. At least progress, just slower than expected. Maybe maybe I'll kick the wizard spells out and I'll work on that off stream, and then when we get back from break here we'll focus on locating Leona and the butler minis. Let's do that. So, to that end, let's put 5 minutes on the clock. Let's take our stretch break actually on time for once. Gasp. And we'll get back to it in 5 minutes. In the meantime, I'm going to get up, move around, and do a Pokemon Go battle. Wish me luck. I'll let you know how it goes when I get back. It doesn't get much closer than that. We were one fast attack away from each other. But that's a win. And we did it. $30 more minutes on the clock. We cruising. I'm relatively timely today. Well, you know, I'm relatively on my time schedule today, I should say. So, locating Leona. What's that page again? Like 136? Nope. That's speed. Ow. Dang it. Fine. 146? And you're relatively a silly goose? It's true. It's true. Fine. I forgot the page. It was on the same page as Vision. We remember that. 164. I was looking at 146. I had the right numbers. All right. Overland movement. Characters covering long distances cross-country use overland movement. Overland movement is measured in miles per hour or miles per day. Day represents 8 hours of actual travel time. For road watercraft, a day represents 10 hours of rowing. Really? I did not know that. I mean, I don't know that I've ever had characters row a boat for 10 hours, but still, did not know that. And for sailing ship, it represents 24 hours. Walking. A character can walk 8 hours in a day of travel without a problem. Walking for longer than that can wear them out. See forced march below. Hustle. A character can hustle for 1 hour without a problem. Hustling for a second hour, but in between sleep cycles, deals 1 point of non-lethal damage. Each additional hour deals twice the damage taken during the previous hour of hustling. A character who takes any non-lethal damage from hustling becomes fatigued. A fatigued character cannot run or charge and takes a penalty of -2 on strength and dexterity. Eliminating the non-lethal damage also eliminates the fatigue. Forgot about that. Run. A character cannot run for extended periods of time. Attempts to run and rest in cycles effectively work out to being a hustle. Fair. So, wait, but what speed is hustle? That's so weird. It doesn't actually define what speed that is. Is it somewhere else? Is there a table? Oh, here we go. Here we go. The table is 2 pages earlier. So for overland movement, but you can't wait. So for overland movement, you can walk, but you can't hustle. But why? What? So under overland movement, it shows that hustle is an option. But then in the table on movement and distance for overland movement, it says that hustle is not an option. Modes of movement. While walking at the different movement scales, creatures generally walk, hustle, or run. A walk represents unhurried but purposeful movement at about 3 miles per hour for an unencumbered human. Hustle is a jog of about 6 miles per hour for an unencumbered human. A character moving at his or her speed twice in a single round, or moving that speed in the same round that he or she performs a standard action or another move action, is hustling when they move. So they're within the 3 movement types. There's tactical movement, local movement, and overland movement. That's so interesting. Like, I don't see why you couldn't hustle. My only assumption is that the reason that they didn't put hustle in for overland movement is because the amount of time that you could do it would vary based on how much non-lethal damage you're taking and how long you could keep that up, because it scales logarithmically. The first round or the first hour you take 1 damage, the second hour you take 2, the third hour you take 4, the fourth hour you take 8, etc., etc. Oh, it's so silly. Okay. Well, anyway, mainly what we wanted. I'm learning all sorts of things today. But I guess, well, let's finish the section. Terrain. The terrain through which a character travels affects how much distance he or she can cover in an hour or a day. Travel is quickest on a highway, not quite as fast on a road or a trail, and slowest through trackless terrain. A highway is a straight, major paved road. A road is typically a dirt track. A trail is like a road, except that it allows only single file travel and does not benefit a party traveling with vehicles. And trackless terrain is a wild area with no paths. That's interesting because here it says, hold on, what was the wording? The trail is like a road that does not benefit a party traveling with vehicles. But then in the description of trail, it says that it's 1 time speed. It's not a... Oh, but it depends on the environment. A trail in the forest is 1 time speed, but a trail in the mountains is only 3/4. Got it. So we have a little bit of retconning to do, and not that it really matters, but because the description for getting out to where they found Fort Leona was that they were traveling. They traveled for a day plus, I believe, 3 hours, and you go 3 miles an hour, so that would be 33 miles if you were going at full speed. But the problem, of course, is that they're not going at full speed because there aren't trails and things where they are. So it gets a little weird. Get this open. Because so allegedly they would have gone somewhere more in the neighborhood of the first little bit would have been 3/4 speed. And then most of the rest of it would have been half. Oh god, so we're gonna have some math to do here. We're gonna have some math to do here. But they specifically chose a location that was between 17 and 48 miles away from their primary settlement. Oh, that might still be okay then. That might still be okay. So if they would have gone 33 miles, that means we have 11 mile chunks. And one of those would have been at 3/4 speed, and two of those would have been at half. So it's actually not as much math as I thought. So 11 times 0.75, oops, is 8.25. And 22 times 0.5 derp is 11. So that would put it at 19.25 miles out, which is actually, that's within our 17 to 48 mile range. So actually, as described, it could work, but I kind of want it to be a little further out than that. Not necessarily like way more, but enough more to where it matters whether or not there's like a road and stuff. Besides, I don't think anybody other than people that are here are going to go back and double check the math for how many hours we said they were traveling and what type of terrain it was and blah, blah, blah. So it's, I don't think it's a big deal for us to potentially tweak it a little bit. One thing that is kind of cool though is if it's the right distance, it would be about a day's travel if they were to install a road. Right? Right now at 19 miles, 19 essentially. If they installed the road, it's actually less than a day's travel. Which isn't the worst. Right? It's about 2/3 of a day's travel. But I kind of like the idea of, like, with a road, it being, right about a day's travel. Assuming no horses and whatever. A day's travel on foot for a normal human walking at normal speed. So then if a merchant with a cart or whatever, then it's most of a day. Although miles per hour, cart or wagon. Oh. Okay, so that's worth considering as well then. Cart or wagon is 16 miles a day. Which actually that means, no way, did we stumble our way into this being like the perfect distance? It's 19 miles, which means that would be a day and a little bit of a forced march. Which is like exactly what I was wanting for flavor purposes. Never mind. We don't need to change anything. It's totally on accident, but... Yeah, this is really... Okay, this is really good. I like this. I was originally thinking more like 25 to 35 miles, but that would make it 2 days travel for a merchant. 2 days one way. Although that would still make it a slight forced march for the party. Well, no, but I kind of like the idea of the party being able to upgrade from it being a forced march to not being a forced march, you know? they can upgrade by building roads, by developing the land. Yeah, I'm sticking with it. I'm sticking with it. It's what we came up with in the moment for like randomly determining the locations. It fits within the distanced band. And I think the distances are interesting for travel purposes. So it's 19 to 20 miles away. Well, there we go. I'm gonna write that down, meow, so I don't forget. I do want to double check one other thing though. This may still technically be a little bit of a retcon because that might be the distance to the furthest location, which might not have been the location that they actually decided on. But again, nobody's really going to know that other than somebody who's literally watching right now. Like watching this part of this video. And ultimately, there's going to have to be some fudging every now and then to make things work in a TTRPG. And I think adding a couple miles onto the distance of something that was totally arbitrary to begin with is not the worst. Okay, so the first one was a perfect location inside the distance band that they were hoping for and had all the features they wanted. And that was on the way back. So sorry, that's actually the second one they located then. So session notes 31, I think, is the one I want. Okay, so the very first location I think is this. Hello, James Sparks. How are you? Have any of you ever played Red Hand of Doom for 3rd edition? I have not. I am aware of it, but I've not played it. We actually play 3.5, as you may know. Just wondering if you've seen a 5e conversion for it. No, I appreciate the question. I feel like I have seen, it might have been a community project. Hold on. Let me poke around a little bit. I do remember seeing something about that. Maybe it was like a Reddit thread. Yeah, it's gonna sound like I'm just making something up to be able to like converse with you, but no, I swear to God, I remember reading something about this a while back. No, you're good. Yeah, let me hold on. Let me finish just really quickly looking at what I was looking at, and then I'll poke around a little bit because I definitely remember reading something about that just within the last couple of years, really. We're calculating distances for some overland travel. So session 31. The very first location was a decent location, but it was outside the distance band that they were hoping for, but had no, that's not the first one though. The second one. Okay. The first location was a decent location within the distance band that they wanted and that had all the features they wanted, except it did not have a spring or a creek. then did they continue? Then the next one I marked as a decent location outside the distance band that they were hoping for, that had all the features they wanted, located in the first half of the day. Maybe they did continue on outward. I might have to double check the video on that. I thought they were on the way back, though. And I said that it happened within the first half of the day. So I guess realistically, the distance is probably about the same because they were going diagonally away from town. And then they started coming, like they were going northwest. And then they hit that first location, camped there, and then started going due south. Which I don't feel like doing the trigonometry there. But even though they're getting north-south closer to town, they're also kind of getting east-west further away. So the total distance is probably pretty similar. But yeah, I'll need to go. I need to go double check. They definitely, the third location was definitely on the way back. But it's that second one that I'm a little bit less clear on. One other spot in my notes, and then we'll look for Red Hand of Doom. That's a fun throwback. Like I said, I've never played that one, but I've heard pretty good things about that module. Okay. Yeah, let me search. It might have also been something like, could have been on like EN World or Giant ITP. Would I have seen that? What can I find? Hello there, Copper. Copper 9D6. At the moment, I'm working on trying to find an answer for a viewer question, but in general, we're calculating some distances for overland travel. Our party in our D&D campaign is in the process of, they've been deeded a small fort, a Mott and Bailey style fort. And they have finished their location scouting and like picked what features and components they want for the fort. So construction will be beginning soon. So I'm trying to kind of finalize the location of it. But we're taking a quick side quest here for to answer James's question about Red Hand of Doom 5e conversion. Here's one on Reddit. I don't think this was the one I read though. 3 years ago. That's close to the timeline I was thinking. It says I have 4 5e conversions for Red Hand of Doom that I look at and find myself selecting bits from each of them, sometimes even for single monsters. Oh god, that's a lot to manage though. So this person has a free PDF with 5e monster conversions for the NPCs and monsters that aren't in Monster Manual or Volos. There are 2 forums on Giant in the Playground. Okay, so maybe that's what I was thinking of, where people did 5e conversions and notes on how each encounter went. Okay, that might have been what I was thinking of. That might have been the one I was thinking of. You got here just in time. Exactly. Yes. How's your day going, Copper? And you as well, James. Wait a minute. So you're a bridge troll then. Wait, is there an official solution? Yo, okay. I mean, if you're looking for free solutions, obviously, that may be one thing. But there is there appears to be an official or semi-official conversion from the DMs Guild. I'm pretty sure DMs Guild is what it's like official third-party content. You played the adventure back when it came out and it was great. You started up again in 5e and found the module and wanted to give it another go. I think they do a lot of convention stuff. Yeah, I think so. So yeah, there's one solution. I'm assuming in that case that they converted the whole thing. So there's that. That's definitely not what I was looking for, but that's a pretty cool research. Then there was a reference to Giant in the Playground, which was one of my guesses that may have been where I read the thing that I was thinking of. So let's find that. A 5e conversion guide for the Red Hand of Doom. Red Hand of Doom is widely considered one of the top tier adventures in all of D&D canon. There are multiple guides and adventure journals on the site, and D&D celebrity Matt Colville lists it as one of his go-tos for mid-level campaigns. You can also still find games and guides for 3.5 edition, but there's a gap in updating this classic module for the 5th edition of the game. It's my hope that this will be a valuable resource for DMs and one of the most popular editions of the game to date. This is largely inspired by Swordheart's Red Handbook of Doom found elsewhere on the site. That handbook is still active, blah, blah, blah. I found these links especially useful, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so here, I think this is probably the thing I was thinking of. I didn't go super far down the rabbit hole because I wasn't specifically looking for to run Red Hand of Doom, but I remember I came across this a couple of years back. No, you're good. That's part of what this is for. So, so a real quick intro. I am Mercy from HereThereBeMonsters. I'm the head game master here. We run campaigns in a custom setting that I created called the World of Rin. And we play Dungeons & Dragons 3.5. Most Wednesdays and about every other Thursday, I stream here on YouTube starting at between 2 and 2:30 Pacific and usually going for about an hour, hour and a half. And we just work on DM stuff. So, of course, I sit down with my own projects to do that you can see down below. But I also want this to be a resource for other people. So no need to apologize. I'm happy to help. Hopefully between those two things, you can find something that works for you. Or you could always just load up 3.5. Hello, Kale. It's good timing, though. We're going to be working on your butlers here shortly. Actually, maybe you can help me. And we may have to hand wave something. But do you remember there were 3 locations that you guys scouted for your fort? The first one was in the close distance band, and that was 3 hours of forced marching at, beyond a full day's travel. The second one, I can't remember if did you guys go further out and then start coming back, or did you just go out to 1 day plus 3 and then start coming back? And then the third one I know was about halfway back on the way back, but I just can't remember for sure about number 2. You never played D&D 3.5? That's okay. I have experience with a very, very, very little bit with 2nd edition. I play 3 and 3.5. I have not played 4. I've played a fair amount of 5th edition. I've also played Pathfinder and Pathfinder 2 and a little bit of Call of Cthulhu. So happy to help folks out with whichever version. And as far as content goes, if you like watching D&D actual play, we upload our sessions here to YouTube. And as a viewer, I find version doesn't really matter too much, right? Because the version is the rules framework for the game that's being played. But as a viewer, I don't think it really matters too much, like what the specifics are of how grapple does or doesn't work. It's just as long as the players and the DMs know, hey, like we did or didn't succeed. Thanks. You just stumbled along. Glad you did. Yeah, I'm very glad as well. It's nice to meet you. You thought about doing 3-5, but the whole touch attack thing got abused when you did it before. Yeah, I mean, a lot of that depends on how much splat and gish you're allowing, right? Second one, you kept going out until you found it. Okay, that's kind of what I thought. Do you have any recollection of how much further? I appear to not have noted that. The first one I said, decent location within the distance band that they wanted and all the features they wanted except no spring/creek, located in the evening after forced marching. So I remember that one too. Or so obviously I remember the specifics of that, but for the next one I just said decent location outside the distance band they were hoping for, but has all the features they wanted, located, in the first half of the day. But I forgot to specify whether that was first half of the day on, like, if you were, which direction you were traveling in the first half of the day. Because that was the... Oh, but it has to have been further out, right? Because that's the 6th day of late spring is where that's noted. And you had to have still been going out, because if you were coming back already, then you would have been... No, it's fine. I don't think I don't think it's far enough off from what I had originally calculated that it matters. I'm going to hand wave it and come up with a number. Because we already came up with a number, which was 19.25 miles. And so I may tweak it a teeny bit from there, but I think that's close enough. Not that the 0.25 really matters. That was the exact math. Page 164. You definitely kept going after the first spot because nobody liked that one. But I thought you turned around, though, because you were hurt so badly and you were like, well, I guess maybe we'll find some more stuff along the way. Right? Because you had several people that had near-death experiences. Well, so because remember, you also had near-death experiences before the first one. There were multiple near-death experiences during the scouting mission. It was an eventful few days in character. I think you found the second one like the same day-ish later, and then decided for the third one you'd look around on the way back. So the first one was found in the evening of the 5th day of late spring. And the second one was found in the morning of the 6th day of late spring. But like I said, I think it's okay. I don't think it matters. Because I think we're going to go with 20 miles. Because even if you guys did go a bit further out, the math before was a little under 19 miles. So even if you guys did go a bit further out, then 20 is, a bit further out. And it's within the same general radius and area. Because here's my hang up, because you tuned in after I was talking about this. Your distance from town could be 17 to 48 miles is what you guys chose. And there's a part of me that likes it being further out. I think that makes more sense for verisimilitude. The problem there, it becomes one potentially of logistics of if you're so far out. Like, yes, you could give earlier warning to Capstone if they were about to be under attack, which obviously sounds great. But also it means that it's like it would be much more complicated to convince like traders and suppliers and stuff to send things out to your fort, you know? If it's like a 3-day trek to your fort, that they'd probably be upcharging you for that. You're doing 6-mile hexes. I've never bothered to hex or square my map. I for overland travel, I have a legend for like measuring stick essentially. But I do like the idea of like hexing for overland. I always was a little curious about it. Have you used it before, Copper? Yeah, especially because you don't know if they're going to make it to the fort alone. Right? No, I mean, it's a legitimate issue. So I think I have a solution. I think we'll have the fort be in the in about the distance band, like I said, about 20 miles. You're gonna force them to pay you to escort them to your fort to do business with you. That's like, it's not even, I mean, it is a protection racket, but it's like one step worse than that, even, Kale. Your first time making a hex crawl. Oh, cool. You're doing it all now. You'll play it once you get it done. Nice. I'm curious to hear from you what you think of it. Yeah, I think I have a follow up that will make it make sense, or why Capstone would be okay with the fort being built so relatively close. I mean, it's not stupidly close, right? I mean, like even if you if you dispatched a rider on a light horse that didn't have armor, like that rider would get back to Capstone to warn them like in half the time that it would take an army, or half to maybe even they would travel twice as fast, or maybe even as much as 4 times as fast as an army marching towards Capstone. So they would still give like anywhere between a half a day and like a day and a half's worth of warning. So that's still useful. Hey, Spio. Also 20 miles if they have to help Alara, and they can tell them at first light on the 5th day at dawn, look to the east. I mean, you might not be too far off with the numbers there. You're better at making the hex keys than at making the actual map. Yeah, I understand that. I've run into that kind of thing before for sure. For sure, Rocket. But I think there's a difference between one hard day's travel and like 3 hard days travel, right? There's like, oh, we'll pay one extra dude with a horse to like aggro off anything that, you know, like any animals that attack us, versus like, oh, we need like a whole guard squad. Now I want to go back and calculate how long it would take to get from the proposed Fort Leona location to Alaran. We should do that before we're done. Part of the reason that I like 20 miles is it says that a person with a cart goes 16 miles in a day. So essentially, like, it kind of gives some fun flavor. Like, you guys are just like a little bit too far away to be convenient. So like any merchants and anything that you do get to come out there, like they're going to show up like huffing and puffing, and their mules are going to be exhausted, and they're going to show up like kind of late at night, and your guards are going to be on edge. And like, I think that's kind of cool flavor. Exactly. So right now, and that's part of the reason why I like 20 miles as well, is right now, I calculated that 19.25 miles was the distance that you guys went you guys went 11, well, okay, whatever. At the speed that you were traveling, we back calculated it, and you would have gone at 3/4 speed through the trackless plains and then half speed through the trackless mountains. And so all of that when using the amount of time that you traveled, which was 11 hours, multiplied by your base speed, multiplied, by those impediments, came out to 19.25 miles away. Right now, that 19.25 miles is still more than a day's travel. That's 11 hours of travel, with a day's travel being 8. But that's because it's trackless land. If you guys install trails or even like a road or something, then it gets faster. And so I also like 20 miles for that reason, because right now it's too far away because it's trackless land, and so it takes more than a day or a forced march. But if you decide to upgrade your territory, then it becomes less than a day's travel, no longer a forced march, which I think is really neat. Also sounds like a perfect opportunity for townsfolk to make a traveler's inn or something. True. So, all right, 20 miles it is. I'm going to write it down. Print it, ship it, buy it, build it, print, upgrade it. I don't remember what all the lyrics to that song are. Yeah, that's a really good idea, Rocket. I like it. Do I start on Butler minis? We're already at 80 minutes. I kind of want to, because I want those to be done, especially for this weekend session, but I don't know. In the meantime, I'm going to indulge, and we're going to look at the map together, and we're going to calculate if it's actually 5 days coming from the east, with Spio's reference there. I'm going to laugh really hard. So I find it a little bit easier to measure distance on the hand-drawn map than on the computer map. I'm going to pull that up real quickly here. So, the scale, although this works a lot better on the actual paper map, is from... I can zoom in. There, you see there's a little dog leg in the road. Aerial goes to the mounds going kind of northeasterly. And then right between these two... I wish I could highlight. Right between those two dashes, it kind of turns from northeast to like northeast. So the distance from Aerial to the dogleg at the mounds is 1 day's travel by road or 24 miles. That's our scale. So what we're talking about is a fort that's built somewhere probably right around here. I don't know how well you can see my mouse. Not very well. Maybe I can open this up in like Paint or something. Hold on. Let me try something. That way we can draw on it. Oh, I should have just snipped. Yeah. Yeah, I should have. I always forget about that, to be honest with you. Fine though. I made it work. It wasn't as efficient as it could have been. All right. So, how many pixels approximately? We can track. We can see how long something is, right? This is 43 pixels long, right? Yeah. So, I mean, approximately, right? Approximately. But that means from Capstone, right? Where they went was to like the foothills over here. Way too long, though. But I think, ooh, and this is really interesting because that way, theoretically, right, it puts us in a situation like, well, no one would march an army over the Himalayas, so we don't have to worry about somebody coming down this way. But who knows? Maybe or maybe not. That's true. So, if this is our starting location. Oh, crap. Hold on. Redo. I have not learned how to use. How do we do like line weight in the new paint? Old man yells at cloud. Fine, whatever. So that puts that 1 day. So they're right about 2 days to the mountain pass at Kalen. Oh my god. So they could actually be 5 days away from Malarn, because here's the thing, right? They're going downstream, which means if you boat or something, that's 1 day. That's 2 days. You're going to go faster. I don't know how much faster, but you're going to go faster. Is this necessary? No. Is it fun? Yes. Ship. Raft or barge. Oh dear god, they're so slow. What? Why are they so slow? That's gotta be for no, you're good. You're good. We were between things anyway. A raft or barge that is pulled or towed goes 5 miles an hour. But it doesn't say anything about whether that's up or downstream. Okay, wait, here. Hold on. Rafts, barges, keelboats, and rowboats are used on lakes and rivers. If going downstream, here we go, add the speed of the current, typically 3 miles per hour, to the speed of the vehicle. In addition to 10 hours of being rowed, the vehicle can also float an additional 14 hours if someone can guide it. So an additional 42 miles to the daily distance traveled. Holy crap. Okay. So going downstream, then we get 42 plus 5. We get 47 miles a day. And a normal day of walking would be 48. So you essentially, it doubles your speed to go downriver. Or whatever, downstream. So, hey, T-Bomb. This was what, 43 pixels, right? Yeah. So that means that we get 86 pixels per day going downriver. Oh my god. It might be really close. It might be really close. That's one. You know, approximately, right? But, oh my god. Why do I have to reselect the brush every time? How you doing, T-Mom? Imagine if they had a sleigh of Rostabelle rabbits, right? It's been a week? Ah, shoot. I'm sorry to hear that. Okay, so there. Rocket, I don't even want to know about going upstream. 1 foot per day. No, upstream you just get the 5 miles an hour. Or the 5 miles per day. Wait, what was it? Oh, I got back to that quickly. Oh god, yeah, it's 5 miles per day. But that's for like a laden raft that's being like pulled up a river. Not quite. Not quite, Spio. It's close though. It's really close. From their fort, at least, that's day 5. So so it wouldn't exactly be the dawn of day 5. It'd be more like the dawn of day 6. Maybe Gandalf's just not very good with dates. It is pretty dang close though. And probably from Capstone here. Oh god, the yellow's awful. Gandalf. You mean Elithro? Oh yes. Sorry. From here, right? Because it would be water travel the whole time. So from Capstone probably is 5 days 8 away. Now they wouldn't be going with the current the whole time. So for the first little bit, they'd be going 5 miles per day. Right? And Capstone Lake's pretty big. So I guess it probably would be about the same. It's probably about 6 days from where we are. Dang it. Like I said, it is close, though. It is close. It's faster travel on boat over horse. Well, if you're going downstream, yes. But that first little bit, I mean, I guess, yeah. Is there a way? Could we get there? In 5 days, probably. What it would probably be would be horse from Capstone to Kalen. Or I don't know. I guess if you had, this would require something really specific, right? But I guess if you were planning like the midnight ride of Elithroil Revere. Maybe what you'd do is you have somebody waiting here with a raft. So so you horse from Capstone to raft, and then raft downriver. That would probably be the fastest way. Because the difference is the raft gets to travel more hours per day. And its speed is, I think, probably about comparable to the horse anyway. But it gets to travel more hours per day. Downriver. Downstream, down current, whatever. So they need to start building a Viking-esque long ship. Exactly. Just gotta get some of those giant birds to fly you there. With some fireball engines attached. Yes. All right. I'm feeling like trying to accomplish one more thing, at least briefly. Let's fiddle around, because I remember saying that Zara's mini looked much closer to how I imagined than Eyeless did. So let's maybe see if we can finalize Zara at least. Then maybe we can, you and or I can work on Eyeless between sessions here. Or before the session here. Whatever. Between now and when the session happens. Listen to what I mean, not what I say. Where? Oh, there we go. Found it. I really like her. I honestly don't even know if there's anything that I want to change. But let me just pull up the actual description. Oh, probably not while I'm streaming. Hold on. I have to navigate into some like folders that probably have hidden arcane knowledge. World building things. How's your PTO going, by the way, Spio? You enjoying yourself? I hope you've gotten some time to recharge the batteries. I can show you, won't tell anybody. Okay. So here's what we have. Here's what we see. And here's the description. How do we feel that this fits the description? Zara has dark olive-toned skin with striking, sharp features. Meaning probably like kind of higher, a little bit more pointy cheekbones, which I see. Probably a thinner chin, which I see. Her wavy black hair is often tied back in a loose, practical style, which I think he nailed. A nice little like up pony is fine. Her almond-shaped brown eyes carry a keen and calculating gaze, always watching for opportunity. Slightly shorter than average, she moves with a cat-like grace, so she would be, probably on the thinner build side. She prefers practical, modest clothing that allows her to blend in with subtle hints of her desert heritage and her jewelry and accessories. So, not that these are subtle clothing, but this is Kale plays Bahir, for whom she is butler. And buttless. I don't know if there's a sexual dimorphism for conjugating that word. So he got her white and gold clothing. So, but it's still of a relatively practical style, right? She chose like a shirt and pants over Ilas's big flowy poofy dress and whatnot. I did say that she was athletic, so I might. There's like a thing for like musculature or whatever, right? I might mess with that a little bit. Also, is the lantern intentionally rotated like forward? Because it kind of goes. It's like she's like swinging it. No, not on purpose. Okay. It's been a while since I actually edited stuff in Hero Forge. Also, look at the new things. There's satyrs. There's a beautiful lion and lioness. How do? Okay. Click on thing. No. Pose. Advanced. Lantern. Oh. There we go. That's more or less straight up and down, yeah. Or maybe one. There. That looks right. I think. Because that's forward. I feel like, yeah. There. Negative 0.11 is definitely the right rotation. Also, it's fine, but like, why is she like, ha? Looks like she's about to sock you for mouthing off to her. She a go-getter? That's her go-getter pose? Fair enough. Looks pretty good, right? That's probably slightly better. Yeah. Oh, there is. Yep. Although it's probably going to be, oh God, like iridescent. That's a little better. It is fire. I mean, yeah, but it looks fake. I like that one the best of the flame colors. Yeah, the yellow is my second favorite. But I think it blends a little bit too much with the golden color of, oh boy, of her clothes and whatnot. Been all right. You've been getting up early all week though for some increased Twitch activity to help. Yeah, for sure. I'm playing games, but you definitely feel the work aspect with early hours. Yeah, how long had you been on? I don't know. It's like 10:30 my time when I tuned in. I didn't actually look at the live time. Hot pants, quite literally. Look like rubber boots, yellow rubber boots. You've been doing 7A to 2P. Okay. What is... Oh, okay, I see. Muscularity. What is it? Wait, that's interesting. Hold on. It thickens out like the neck, the shoulders, the biceps, the fronts of the upper legs, and the calves, but does literally nothing to the butt. That's hilarious. Hey, Eclipse. Thanks for coming by. Those gastrocs, though, yeah, I couldn't think of the word that I wanted. I do want, like I said, I do want to turn. Oh, there's one specifically for butt. Got it. I do want her to, like I said, I don't want her to be like swole, but she was described as being kind of lithe, a little bit of musculature, a little bit curvy there. Appreciate you coming by, Eclipse. How you doing? Yeah, thank you, Copper. Hero Forge is a lot of fun. Wait, that's booty at like 2/3? Hold on. Does it implode if you put it all the way down? Who's built like that? And then you got... Okay, so there's like very little change from like 0 to 0.6. And then from 0.6 to 1, you go full like Megan the Stallion. I just think a little bit of something, right? If you're going to be a little bit muscly, you've probably got some glutes too. Like you had it at like 0.6, just turn it up to like 0.7. It just like looked weird being like totally flat. It's still pretty flat. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird the way they did this. Why is it not just part of musculature? There. Like some of it is the pants, but yeah. Like if you have muscles, it's for the memes, right? Like, I think that looks okay, right? Like, it looks like a degree of muscled glutature that makes sense for the slightly muscled frame that we gave her, I think. Have ever bought any, or do you just use the generator to get character pictures? So we actually have a few different uses for them. We have bought a few. I'll grab it real quick. As you'll see, we've never painted it, but this is my wife's character in our D&D campaign. Gabosh, the half-elven rogue. It's quite good quality print. We also obviously use, looks like a rogue indeed. It walks like a duck and quacks like a duck. We also obviously use them for pictures and stuff. You know, like for character portraits and whatnot, but also show you something real quick. Won't go too far down the rabbit hole, but we have bought the digital versions of some of them. And the virtual tabletop that we play our stream games in, Tailspire, allows for the importing of Hero Forge miniatures. So here, I'll just go to photo mode. It's probably easier. And then free camera. Oh god, and turn off depth of field. So this is Bahir, who is played by Kale in chat there, and thus you can see the white and gold theming for his butler. So that's a Hero Forge custom mini. Then behind him, I don't know why he's so close behind Bahir, but behind him we have Druj the half orc. That's also a Hero Forge custom mini. This is Alandite, the Knight Paladin multi-class. Also a Hero Forge mini. Then we've got Rubato, the gnome wizard, a Hero Forge mini. And Skabosh, the one that I showed you the physical miniature of. So we have all sorts of cool boards and whatnot built for our game. This one was one I thought looked pretty neat. I was really happy with how the river turned out. With, oh god, go back to photo mode. With like the reeds and lilies and everything. But this was for a really cool scene where the party was helping escort a caravan to the mountain pass at Kalen, which you just saw us measuring part of earlier on the board. Like, Tailspire is so pretty. Honestly, like, freaking look at this. A band of wicked orcs. Very close. Very close. Do I have, is that on this one? I might have already removed all the orcs. Oh, well, there's some of the orc bodies. Tailspire. It's all one word. Talespire. Tailspire. And then the last one, well, yeah, last one is our like both impressive and also still very much under construction, is the frontier town of Capstone. That's probably the best view of it, with a little bit of the mountain and just barely being able to catch the military forts and the harbor and such. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Tailspire. It has some idiosyncrasies and it does have some things that I wish they did differently or better, but it is pretty dang cool. And then our player fort, I said last one, but I lied. One more that we've been working on building. So I got to remember when I log off to reassign the seats to community builds. So that way, if Eclipse wants to work on it, you can do that. This has been our current project. So the fort that we have been talking about, you know, how far away it was from town and whatnot, will be comprised of various stronghold components. And here I'll cut the roofs off of them so you can see them better. So we have a barracks, and we made all of these. So we have a barracks and a wizard's lab and a tavern and a stable. Obviously, we haven't put minis in them yet because we haven't actually assembled the fort, but the Castellan's office, shrine to Bana the Peacebringer, and then this is actually two components put together. This is the armory and the watchtower. And then our last one is the, oh, maybe not last, the second to last one, the servants' quarters. And then the actual last one, the dining hall. I'm quite pleased with the dining hall, especially. I have done the majority of these. Some of them are community builds as well. So we have people that are part of our gaming community who have Tailspire as well, and or use free seats through us to work on builds. So well done. It all looks great. Thank you. Bad. Yeah, we're hot racking. So this one, the dining hall, the original build was done by a community member, Orar, and then I did just some touch-up detailing to it. The servants' quarters were actually done by Kale and Chat, or at least version 1 was, and I did kind of a version 2 where I changed some stuff, but kept the overall, the basic design. The watchtower and armory I did. The shrine I did. Castellan's office I did. Stables and tavern I did. The wizard's lab was done by Rubato, our wizard player, so that makes sense. I collaborated a little bit, but he did that one pretty much by himself. And the barracks, version 1 of the barracks was done by my wife, and version 2, kind of like with the servants' quarters one, I kind of took the original idea and just added a little bit to it, tweaked a few things, and did a little more detailing. And then the last one that's incomplete thus far is the kitchen. This is kind of the version 1 of the kitchen, which I think is quite cool. But we'll be doing a version 2. And then once that's done, then we need to build the actual terrain that they'll all sit on, obviously. And then we'll have a fort. You just gotta copy paste them pretty much after that. So anyway, Zara. I kind of like this aquamarine that you used for the earrings and the ring. I almost feel like that all of the gem type accents that she has should match though. there's one on the back too. Oh, on the sides. Okay. Is there like a gemmy color that speaks that reads a little bit more like desert that you can think of? Green's definitely not bad. The red's nice, but I don't think it matches the rest of the outfit very well. The orange, kind of an amber, is kind of nice, but same thing. It doesn't really match that gold. Ooh, not that. Gem burst is actually not what we used. Interesting. Is there a paint dropper for this? Those two look very similarly. The cloud crystal's kind of cool. Moonstone. I think there is one. That's kind of a nice color. But I think I like that tealish thing. Oh, maybe it's this. This is the Alexandrite. Is that what you were using? No. Woo! Paint dropper. If I were a paint dropper, where would I be? Might be in metal, not gems. Yeah. Hmm. I'm by the brush. Oh, yep. Thank you. Birch white. It calls this silver. And then you just like, ooh, that's actually a really cool color. I mean, it looks way too space age, but it's ultimately it's up to you, right? She's like your NPC, but personally, I think I like the matching. But thoughts? You like it matching too? Okay. Oh, does it do like front and back and side to side? Yeah. Okay. And then that way, it's just, it's not actually because this is too metallic, but it's kind of the same basic colors what you did for the wrapping on her dagger as well. I feel like the blade of that dagger probably shouldn't be bluish though. What color is that? Yeah, it is a little bluish. Like it should be a little more like that color, right? More of like a steel color. The only other thing I wanted to see is can we add any two-toning to this to make it a little more visually interesting? So this is, I'm assuming the same color. Yes. Okay. Actually, and you did a teeny bit, it looks like. What I'm wondering about is what if we do color the buttons? It's like a little. I do like the contrast, but it's a little too metallic-y for how almost kind of wooden-y the rest of it looks. An unnamed paint, because I think part of it's because this is not a metal-based paint. Antique and destroy. I have mixed feelings. Okay, how do I get like out of paintbrush mode or paint dropper mode? Oh, it's because I'm in mix. Oh. Because there's something about it that looks almost clothy to me. I can't quite place it, but like, do you see what I mean? Bronze is kind of nice. Looks way too modern. That looks too modern. Yeah, it looks kind of leathery. Rust bucket's kind of nice, actually. That one looks like very brassy. It's not bad, but holy. Oh. Oh, here we go. Natural. Brushed nickel, polished nickel. Actual brass. The copper is kind of nice. Oh, what is that? Oh, gunmetal. She's got a straight up silver lantern. Don't worry about it. The iron looks a little too flat, but like so many of the rest of these are so shiny. Shoot some werewolves with that thing, right? I kind of like this rusting titan one. It's like a similar vibe to what you have, but it doesn't look leathery. It looks metally, you know? Is there anything that we want to mix it with, or do we just like it all being that color? You liked the copper? This one? Just looks so new. Like when you put it next to, you know, like that shows it really sharply, I think. Either of those. You like that? You like those two mixed? It gives like a subtle interplay, and so like it's not quite so monochromatic. little more than how it was before. Yeah, but it still looks a little more metallic because there's like a shiny undertone. So, okay, so which two are we using here? This is Rusting Titan and Rust Bucket. Okay. What if we invert them? Just out of curiosity. Do we like the lighter colors for the on top? Or the darker colors there and lighter colors there? Ooh, I don't like that as well. I think the other way was better. Yeah. I'm not specifically trying to make it look like rusty. It's just everything else looks so like, I don't know. It looks kind of fakey. It looks kind of plasticky. Like I can't quite place it, you know? Although that's not quite so over the top. I had skipped the colors because I figured the colors were going to be a little too like a little too drastic, but actually it's a similar color pattern. You like that? Do you like it monochrome like that? Well, I guess it's two-tone anyway, but you know what I mean. Do you like it all in that color, or do you like it a little mix? Fine with either. I said, do you like one or two? And you said yes. I know some of it's delay, but okay, got it. Okay. Okay, so then last thought. And I do kind of like the whitish gray that you have up here. But what do we think about potentially matching her hairband to the color of the wrap on her dagger? Have I kind of like it. I think it carries the accents throughout, but that looks good. All right. So we muscled her up a little. We bootied her up a little. We changed the metal on the dagger and the metal on the lantern. We matched up the accessories. I think overall I'm feeling pretty good. I did want to see if there was any slightly darker eyes. And then the only other thing that jumps out at me is the color of the laces. There's nothing else here that's that color, I don't think. So it might be a little too samey. But I think I like that a little better. If you compare right boot to left boot. headband gives a little more variety than the other very white parts. Yeah. I like that better. Okay. I also think it just fits the color scheme a little more. All right. We did that. I wanted to see, and it's not bad, but those are fairly, oh boy. Actually, that's not a, it's not a terrible hair color. Not great for her, but I wanted to see if, oh God, how does this work? Eye paints. Is there a darker brown? Oh Lord. Bald brown. Neat. That's not helpful. How do I? Blank. Is there really not? Like, is this all you can do? Yeah, give her heterochromia. Second word. Wait a minute. I don't know if hold on. This is just normal brown, right? Yeah. They're both brown. It just Well, I guess I mean it's not the end of the world. I'm just surprised that you can't do more with eyes. Right? Because like I'm assuming I can't just like well, okay. So there's that, but like I want something that's almost that dark, but that's brown instead of grayscale. No, I know. I just, since we're here, right? Oh, that's really pretty. Not again, doesn't fit here, but I'm just surprised with how much customization they have that there isn't that there isn't more with eyes. It's just cat's eye. Because it caught my eye, even from all the way out here. All right. Well, I mean, final look. Is there any other thoughts, or do you want to log in one time and fiddle with it at all, or do you want me to buy her? Looks good to you? Okay. I don't know what that screen looks like, so I'm gonna hide while I do it. Let's see. How do I actually? Oh, buy. And then we want this as 3D digital, right? Yeah, there we go. Buy for 1 credit. Yes, your mini is forging. We will email you when it's ready to download. That's fine. I don't actually need it to need to download it per se. Just want it to be in Tailspire this weekend. So just really quickly, I can't quite place. Yes. I can't quite place what it is about Eyeless. For one, there's something about the way that the dress like poofs out and the way that she's kind of leaning back and then where her hand is. It kind of gives pregnant. Pergante? Pergonant? Not that she's large by any means in the stomach, because she's not, but just kind of the pose kind of gives that. I also like, she's generally fairly happy-go-lucky, so I think we want to try and make the face maybe not quite so thin and angular, and then also try and get a different expression. I'm not going to try and do the whole edit, but I am curious if we can get like her right hand, like her right, like her arm up in the air, you know, like she's twirling, like she's dancing. I think that would look like a happier pose. Or maybe there just is one for that. Everybody was kung fu fighting. Okay, that is not what I expected from the preview. I think that's better. I wasn't necessarily trying to get her holding the flute arm up, but oh god, hold on, which one was it? Nope. That one. Okay. Rip. Ooh, that's a cool pose. Not for this character, but cool pose. What is that pose? I think that's better, at least as a quick start. Can we get face? Yeah, hold on. I want like just focused. Great. Great. Oh god. Why are there no teeth? She's gonna eat your soul. There. Okay. That was horrifying. Okay, that's much better. Is she singing? Yes. That's kind of what I was going for. Almost kind of like a Disney princess kind of vibe. We like whistle. Oh dear, it's horrific. Oh, because when you change some of these, it's changing some of the others too. Forgot our dentures. I think that's much better, right? We'll do version 2 of her here like soon, TM. But she looks much happier. Like, which is generally, I've described her as being kind of bubbly and potentially maybe a little bit dumb, right? I think that's a much better vibe. And it also helped soften up her facial features a little bit. She just looked so grumpy before. Well, frick, now I almost want to try and finish her because I think like that pose just speaks a lot more to me. We made her a bit, well, sort of, but not exactly. Okay, hold on. Let me grab. Fine, I'm already here anyway. I'm already being super naughty on my time. I may or may not finish it, but we might as well at least do the initial overview here. I honestly didn't even remember that she was supposed to be blonde. Some of the description definitely came from ChatGPT. Power hours at this point, yeah. Yeah, I just know this is gonna be a little thing that's probably gonna slip through the cracks, and it has been slipping through the cracks if we don't just do it, you know? All right, this is Eyeless. She has pale, almost luminous skin with long, wavy, silver blonde hair, often loosely braided. Well, I think you did a really good job of working with the descriptions that I gave. I was admittedly thinking a little bit more like one big braid, but that also might not be an option. And I think in general, that's also, I would qualify that as loosely braided for sure. Her sharp green eyes, more like blue, but green might not be an option, are always light with creativity. Tall and slender, she carries herself with ethereal grace, wearing flowing clothing adorned with intricate Celtic knotwork patterns. Her fingers are slender and nimble, perfect for playing delicate instruments. No, there definitely is a green rocket. Just blowing a miss on that part. Why are her eyebrows gray though? Don't most people's eyebrows more or less match? Oh god, that's horrific. More or less match their hair? Also, what's happening here? What? Oh, it's an earring. Got it. Wait, but why isn't there one in the other ear? Wait, where's the bottom of her other ear? Oh, I think that's part of her ear that didn't get colored. Yeah, it totally was. Okay. I did also like the way that you found the to get kind of like some knot work looking things with it. Oh, the underside of her hands. Yeah, no, you're totally right. Good catch. Although you can't see the underside of the one holding. Yeah, it's all good. That's actually a really pretty color for clothing too, honestly. I mean, obviously not right next to skin, but Okay, then what if we do the same thing that we did before and match her hair tie to an accent? Possibly her flute too. That kind of makes it look brassy. Even though it's gold, technically. The flute is, it's hugely gigantic. It does make it kind of a clarinet. It's probably more technically a whistle than a flute, to be honest. Like a big, like a low D whistle or something. I tried silver. Well, so part of my thinking was, although something really stand out like black is kind of interesting too. That since she has light hair and fairly light skin and white clothing, that the like kind of more goldy brassy color makes it like stand out a little bit more. Like, you know, it's a little different. I guess the silver also stands out a bit, but like metal would be hard to afford. Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point. So, but in that case, maybe we go with something more like a reddish wood, because like I said, I think it's an opportunity to add like a pop of color, regardless of exactly what color we go with. In that dark brown, yeah, really any of these look pretty good. Oak definitely, and beach and stuff are too much in the color palette that she's already wearing. Gold matches the gold in her outfit too. Yeah. That's kind of cool. Ooh, that's interesting. Do different innie and outie colors. I kind of like that. Or, you know, one of these. Actually, you know what? Just for kind of color matching, this is a pretty similar color to what you made her lips. Not that we like have to accomplish that, but kind of interesting. You like the darker one? Hold on, which one? Can you tell me like up here? You don't know. So there's two darker ones. This one has kind of oh god. But remember when you say that one, you're saying it later. The middle one. I did, yes, I liked this one too. Oh, we haven't done anything. Did we? Oh shoot, I didn't even look at that. Did we do anything at all with Zara's base? Is it just white? Like the dark oak the most. This one? No. Might be thinking of this one. Hers is at least black. Okay. Well, and black's kind of like the standard base color for a mini, right? But we'll do that here too, I think. What if we match her sandals? Well, I guess, but this is a wood. Never mind. We want leather colors. We want a leather that's close to that. You barely see them. Feet pog. This is probably going to be the easiest way to compare it. The flute color. That's close. Too dark. That's pretty close. Like this outside one. Sun bleached hide so far is the closest. Hello there. Is an Izzy cat, dude. How are you? Thank you so much for coming by. Yeah, I think this one's the best. Sore and tired, but alive. Is it just like, is it like that rocket, you think? Just uniform black? Probably. Well, I'm very glad that you're alive, and I'm glad to hear from you. We're working on the models for Rocket's characters' butlers. Yes, we're trying to look up her skirt, but not that way. Just at her feet. Lol. Think I got all of them? I sort of feel like also I kind of I kind of want to color her fingernails. I feel like she would do that. Oh god. Horrifying. Makes them look dirty. I don't know. I don't know if there's gonna be a way to do it that looks even remotely good. Clearly they allow for it, but it makes her fingers look like they're freaking radioactive. I feel like the modeling for the fingernails is not super great. Actually, wait. What if... Ooh, that's kind of nice. It's not hugely different than they were before, but it makes them stand out a little bit more. Ooh, what do we think? Hold on. Hear me out. Ooh, I like that. It helps make it look not nearly so mono white. It's a small change, but that looks good. I wish there was a hem. That would be awesome. Just like a little tiny hem at the bottom. Well, I think we've captured a lot more of the vibe that I wanted for her. Oh god, doing head shape is so hard. Can I, let's see, how do I save like current progress? It's just up here. Yeah, there we go. Curious if we can, oh my, so hard. Let's see if we, oh my god. I don't know how to tell without like clicking through a billion of them. I was just curious if I could find one that wasn't like quite so thinly chinned. Since Zara, since I did not specifically describe Eyeless's features, facial features in that way. Oh, here we go. What are big edits? Oh my god. There's so much. Holy crap. The jaw core. Oh, there we go. That, wow, she was at what? She was at like 0 or 0.1. Yeah, I like just filling out her face a little bit more. Yeah, just maybe up to like 0.4 or something. What does this do? Oh, okay. I see. Okay. Okay. We're making some progress. What did these other two sliders do? What is that picture conveying? Like pushing forward the jaw or something? Oh yeah, it is. Probably leave that one about normal. What does this one do? Oh, there we go. There we go. You can flesh out her face a little bit. I like that. She looks kind now. The features before were just so severe. Can we lower the cheekbones a little bit? I don't think I need anything that specific. What about nose? No idea what any of this is going to do either. I feel like she kind of needs that bigger nose. She has like a large expressive face. What's happening? Oh, oh. Okay, I think normal's fine there. Woo! Yeah, I think normal's fine there. I like having their nose be just a little bit bigger. It kind of fits that that like big expression. Can we do nostrils though? Those nostril. Oh, I see what that's doing. That's not quite what I was hoping for. I want to like flare out. Oh, nose wing. Is that it? Maybe not quite that far, but a little bit. Okay. I think last thing then is I just wanted to look at hair and see if we have actually let's save again. Save. Is there just like a I have no idea. I don't know anything about women's hairdos. This is probably the one we're on right now. No. Oh god. Can we undo? Yes. I guess we can just test things and then undo. Oh no, I don't like what that does nearly as much. I want like a huge braid. Yeah, more like that was what I was originally envisioning, but I think I like this other hairdo better. It gives Disney Princess a little bit more. That's also pretty good, but I kind of like the way that makes the ears pop out. And this is what is happening. Okay. I wouldn't call that hair. More like a head attachment, but I like her. I like her. Does anybody else have any last minute thoughts, concerns, whatever? She looks happy to me now. She's dancing. Oh my god, it's 5 o'clock. Holy frick. Well, thank you, Izzy. Her description, because I don't think you were here yet when I was reading through that. Eyeless is an elven woman. She has pale, almost luminous skin with long, wavy, silver blonde hair, often loosely braided. Her sharp green eyes are always alight with creativity. Tall and slender, she carries herself with an ethereal grace, wearing flowing clothes adorned with intricate Celtic knotwork patterns. Her fingers are slender and nimble, perfect for playing delicate instruments. Now, I wouldn't call this Celtic knotwork, but so that was her initial description. And then Rocket's character, Bahir, who looks like this, hired them to be hired her and one other person to be his butlers, and his colors are kind of this white and gold. So he bought clothing for them, like he paid a tailor to outfit the two of them in white and gold to match his stuff. So I think within that context of outfitting them in white and gold, because he did the first version of the character, I think he did a really good job of finding kind of a knotworky belt and yeah, thank you. And then the other one, since you weren't here earlier, which isn't a criticism, hopefully that didn't sound like it was for Zara. Oh no, it's not all black. Well, that's fine. You put her on just like on the road or whatever. That's fine. Because we already bought it. This is Zara, his other butler. Zara has dark, and again, here was the initial description. Zara has dark olive-toned skin with striking, wow, I can't word. One more time. Zara has dark olive-toned skin with striking, sharp features. Her wavy black hair is often tied back in a loose, practical style. Her almond-shaped brown eyes carry a keen and calculating gaze, always watching for opportunity. A little bit shorter than average, she moves with a cat-like grace. She prefers practical, modest clothing that allows her to blend in with subtle hints of her desert heritage in her jewelry and accessories. This is Zara. Wait, what the heck? How did her lantern get swung back out? We fixed that. Well, rip. Right? I really like how different the two of them are, you know? I did just notice, I'm going to be sad if I like this better. We like the sleeves. No, I don't like the sleeves colored as much on her outfit. And I think it helps differentiate her from Eyeless, because Eyeless' personality, like Zara tends to be pretty direct. Whereas Eyeless tends to be a bit more flowery and bubbly. Like not airheaded, but she just has like a very upbeat personality, and Zara like tends to be a little bit more like direct. So I also kind of like that in the coloring too, that we didn't think to color. Oops, I almost clicked on it there. That we didn't think to color those like we did with Eyeless, because it makes, in a subtle way, it makes Eyeless look a little bit more flashy, right? which Ilis would like. I love them. I'm happy. Glad we got it done. Is this colored underneath here? Yeah, it is. That's just shadow. Okay. I'm going to click it anyway, just to be sure. Let's give her one quick twirl, make sure there's nothing. We found the bottom part of her ear hadn't been colored earlier, so make sure there's nothing else obvious. Who's this little bit here hadn't been colored yet. I don't see anything. I mean, I don't think we need to color like the inside of her nose or anything. The ears all are colored. The hands. Oh yeah, the bottom of the hand wasn't colored either, but we got that. You're good. I knew what you meant, Izzy. And we already kind of did the whole feet thing because I memed about it. Oops. Oh my god, all the wrong clicks. And that's all part of one color region, so that's done. Yeah. I think she's ready to buy. I'm glad we got these done. We've been putting this off for, well, not really putting it off, like actively avoiding doing it, but we have been not doing this for quite a while. I don't remember what this showed, so we'll hide it real quick while I buy it. We don't show anything that we don't want to show. You're going to buy her as a 3D digital model for 1 credit. Yes, the mini is forging. Excellent. Well, that was a lot of fun. Definitely. Oh God, it's almost 3 hours. Twice my soft cap of when we're supposed to stop this. But you know what? Darn it, I was having fun. We were getting stuff done. Nice to relax and do a little bit of something different. And we got some other stuff done that I wanted done too. So it wasn't like we spent the whole time fiddling with minis. Although that would have been fine. But that being said, like our 60 to 90 minute stream has been on for 3 hours now. So I'm going to wind it down so I'm not totally spent for the rest of the week because we have a busy schedule here. So thank you so much, Izzy, for coming by. I really appreciate you joining us here on YouTube as well. And of course, I'm glad to see signs of life from you. Kale, if you're still here, I am probably down for some Dota soon if you want, but I don't know if you're back yet. Copper, it was really nice to meet you. If you enjoyed yourself, I'd love to have you put a follow on the channel or subscription on the channel. That way you get notified when we're doing stuff. But if not, no worries. Just wanted to say thank you for hanging out today and giving your inputs and working on your projects. Eclipse was here earlier. Spio. If I'm missing anybody else. Oh yeah, and James Sparks that we met earlier too. Seemed very nice. Thank you guys all for being here. Our next stream is Saturday. We've got on Twitch. We've got The Sims with crowd control, and then our next D&D session. That D&D session will go up on YouTube sometime next week. Probably Tuesday will be my goal, but we'll see. And then next Wednesday and Thursday, we're going to do working streams like this. Although we're going to try and be more on time. I think this is the longest one we've ever done. So Wednesday so YouTube streams next Wednesday and Thursday, and the next D&D session video will go up sometime between this upcoming Monday and the Monday, or this upcoming Tuesday and the Tuesday after that. Yay! I'm glad, Izzy. So thank you all very much. If you're new here and you haven't had a chance to check out our D&D sessions yet, if you liked these vibes, then hopefully you'll like those vibes too. I'll post a link in the chat to one of the playlists, and then we will get out of here. If you haven't had a chance to do so yet, also, if you had a good time, please give a thumbs up to the live stream. It's a good, easy, free way to tell YouTube that they should show what we're doing to more people. there's that. Yes, good night. Good night, Izzy. Also, what is your profile picture? I can't quite tell. Is it like a squirrel or something? Anyway, speaking of squirrel, I'm not going to squirrel any longer. Let's get out of here. Thank you all. Take care. And as always, be excellent to each other. Just a generic cat picture. Got it. It's hard to tell with how small those are, you know. I could just see, you know, brownish, orangish, reddish, animalish thing. Take care, y'all. We'll see you soon.